Hello, this is Jason Lawrence, and welcome to another episode of Home Building Knowledge. So I apologize, it's windy outside. There's a generator going behind me, so there's definitely going to be some background noise here. So again, I'm sorry about that, but so today I wanted to show you what's underneath the shingles. So the roofers just got started on the house here, and there's a couple of things that you should be aware of if you're having your new home built. And one of them is how your roofing system is constructed. It's obviously one of the most important parts of the home, since it's going to take on any weather that we get. In Wisconsin, we get snow, ice, rain. Your roof's got to be able to stand up to that. So in addition to just the dimensional 30-year shingle that most builders are using, there are also products that are going underneath that shingle that a lot of people don't think to ask about or realize that are there. The first layer of defense after you get a shingle that blows off of your house in a windstorm is going to be the underlayment beneath the shingles. So there is a product, and it's going to be kind of hard to see, but it's called Owens Corning Synthetic Proguard. And basically what this product is, you can get a good look at it there. It's a synthetic underlayment that resists and sheds water. So typically you're gonna see a black felt paper that gets put onto the roof before the shingles go down. That's how people still do it. That's how it was always done in the past, but that product is not as good as this product here. So with the felt paper, you can still get water that soaks through that, and it can tear easy, and there's really nothing between the felt paper and the plywood on your roof. So let's say you get a windstorm and it rips off a bunch of shingles off of the roof, and then it rains all night, and all night that water is soaking through that felt paper. Now it's soaking into your plywood roof, and once that happens, that water is coming into your attic. So your attic's going to be wet, your insulation up there is going to be wet, and then what happens after that? Mold. Once you're in a confined space and you have moisture in there, like your attic, you're going to get mold in there if you're getting water that's coming down through your roof. So this is the way to go. You want to make sure and ask your builder what they're putting underneath your shingles, and if it's not this type of synthetic underlayment, then you need to find out how much more it's going to be to have that done, because the only line of defense between the plywood on your roof and your attic is this, once the shingles go. The other thing that you can see is that there's a layer of black right here. It's about 3 feet tall. That is ice and water shield. So when we have weather, especially winters, all of the ice and the water, it obviously makes its way down the roof and can sometimes sit up against the gutters there. So this product it's like a sticky rubber membrane. So it's rubber membrane, it's got a sticky back, it's like a huge piece of flashing that ensures once that ice and water is sitting there that it's not going to soak through. That's the other thing you want to make sure that's getting put on your roof before the shingles go down. Last but not least, there are vents that are going to be put into your roof so that it allows your attic to breathe. You want to be able to have air coming in and out of your attic. That way it just kind of releases the pressure that's inside of there. It can get super hot in there, so you want to make sure that there's venting in the soffits, and then there's venting at the top of the roof, and that's where you get the air that circulates through. So there's two different things that can be done for the roof venting. The first thing is called ridge venting. And with the ridge vent, I'm going to look for a house here that's got some. It's going to be somewhat hard. Well, here we go. All right. So this house right behind me here, it's kind of hard to see, but along the top of the roof, the plywood has a gap. So if you look at the peak of your roof, there's going to be a gap between the plywood there, and then you're going to get what's called a ridge vent or ridge capping that goes on top of that peak. That is the alternative to having the square metal vents that you usually see lined up on the back of somebody's roof. Those vents, they do allow air to come in and out, but at the same time, if you get a lot of snow that's sitting on those vents and you get negative pressure in the attic, it can suck that snow in, and then once that melts, again, we have the same issue with possibly having mold in there. With the ridge venting system on top of the house, it's sealed off so that it does not allow for anything to come into the house. It only allows for air to be vented outside of the house. So those are the most important things to look for and ask about before your home starts to get constructed. Because you can see the roof gets put on pretty early in the process, and a lot of times you're going to be at work when the roof's getting put on. So you're going to come here after work. It may take them a day to do the roof. You've never even seen what's beneath there. You just see the shingles. So you need to make sure you know what's going on your roof. Ask the builder if they're using a synthetic type of underlayment underneath the shingle, not felt paper. Felt paper was fine, but now there's a better product out there. And when you're building a house, which is your biggest investment, you're going to spend a couple $100 more to get that synthetic underlayment. I know I would. I really appreciate you joining me today. Does anybody have any questions? If anybody is actually watching me live, thank you very much. I appreciate the one or two people that may be. I'll definitely come back and check the comments. So any questions that you have pertaining to the roof, pertaining to anything building wise, if you are thinking about the building process, I know you have a lot of questions. This is what I do every day, all day. I help people, pick out, design, build their homes. So I know there's tons of questions out there. Don't be afraid to leave me some questions in the comments. I'll come back and check them, and I'll get back to you and make sure that I can do everything in my power to make sure that you are educated going into the home building process and you know what to expect. Again, thank you so much. I would ask that you could like my page or choose to follow me. That way when I do these broadcasts, you'll be notified right away and you can choose to watch me or not. Again, thank you so very much. Have a good rest of the day.